Let's take a look at the papers, Yomi. We have Complete Sports.
Oh, yeah. Complete Sports. Quite a number of headlines all over. People talking money, football. The game is all about the money anyway. But again, the one that is most interesting for this morning for Nigerians is, he goes a battle ready. Are we going to war? I think it's a football game. Football. It's supposed to be a football game.
At this point in time, it's a battle, Yomi.
Really?
Oh, why? Yes, it is.
Why is it a battle?
Because we saw what happened in the first game and the first leg.
That really got you traumatized? Is it?
You don't understand.
I don't. Please tell me.
I just want to go to Russia in 2018.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Get to the group phase.
Then, so when you make it like a battle, and then your opponent says, "Oh, but we're here for peace," you just let the white flag flow.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a metaphor. That's all.
All right.
Yeah, we can always be metaphorical, but the problem is that you can also sometimes instigate some kind of tense moment that puts a lot of pressure on the players.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's more important for the coaches to make them understand it's a football game. Enjoy yourself. You can make you up. It's a Swaziland. Listen, even if I wake you up, you'll never train for like 2 years. You'll be able to hit them silly, you know? Yeah, that's the way you just set them up, yeah? That's the spirit. Just dispose them up. I don't expect Swaziland to, to come like that. But even with the goalless, yeah, come see, come ça. Somehow, we don't mind. Because
at least they didn't lose the game.
Yeah, that's a fact. We're not like in Egypt situation.
Poor Egypt.
These days we've gotten to the point where we say, "Oh, but we're better off than these people." Those days we're like, "Where's Swaziland on the map?"
Exactly.
We can just go to sleep. But things are quite different now. Times have changed. People are working very hard. They're putting monies into the game. They're encouraging development from the grassroots. And then they're putting the right people also to manage the games. So when you have that working well for you, I mean, look at this small country, Iceland, for instance, a country of less than 500,000 people, having 1,000 coaches, almost 1,000 coaches registered, either UEFA A, UEFA B, or pro license. That tells you a story. That is how you're going to make it happen. You need to build the capacity of your team, of your coaches. And most of the coaches, they've actually had to go like outside of Iceland to go get training, capacity building, and they return back.
They go back home.
Yeah, and they go back home. And the infrastructures are there. They build different, pitches very close to every community. And I've seen that happen, Let me just share this story with you. I was on a train from Berlin-Schönefeld to downtown Berlin, and I met a Nigerian on the train, and he kept saying he doesn't still know why Nigeria has never won the World Cup, and I was laughing. I said, "Why do you think we should win?" I said, "We've got the talent, we've got everything." I said, "Where are the fields?" I said, "There are fields." I said, "You don't even know the reason why Germany is winning every time." On both sides of the traveling train from Schönefeld to Berlin Mitte, which is the central part of Berlin, you see at every quarter of a mile, there are football pitches. They won't pray to play a game to win. They're going to train and they will win. You keep praying, they're just going to be looking at you. But even the Bible tells you, deeds and prayers, they work together. You like the deed, you want to pray. So you do it together, it makes 2 + 2 is 4.
Okay, I think that's one of the things Nigerian Football Federation are actually trying to do. They're doing this capacity building with coaches and all that, and they're coming back.
Absolutely
I think they can
nice.
just continue with that.
Yeah, so if that happens, best way to do it. And I don't think it should be left alone to the Nigerian Football Federation. Individuals, everyone. And I was scrolling through. Look at what Channels is doing, for instance, for the Channels Kids Cup. You're playing a part. Who's organizing another thing? Let's all build it together. You don't leave it only to the game managers like the federation. We can also do certain things on our own and, help the game, not just even for football, but even for other sports. Like I heard the rowing federation president talking. I mean, it's so embarrassing. Why are we putting so much pressure on these sports that could give us some more medals and recognition, and then we're saying it's all football? Some people don't have the talent for the game of football. I can tell you, I met a guy as big as Bola Salami in the course of, my grassroots work, and I tell you, this guy would be a better rugby player. See, trust me, I'm not trying to demean him. And I told him straight on, you can't play this game, forget it. He will be a better rugby player. Fast runner, he could evade, but the ball on his feet, absolutely zero. Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's what is available to you.
Let's look at let's move on now, Yami. Let's check out other papers.
Okay, so where else? Siasia's mother kidnapped.
That's on the Sporting Sun.
That's a shocker,
Wow.
It tells a story about a country that has to still do a lot with social development. You need to engage the young people. If you don't get them engaged, they will find something to engage themselves. I mean, you see what happened in Paris, for instance. You have the terror group, linking up with homegrown kids in Europe, trying to connect them to run their biddings. I mean, these are losers, you know. And then you have these kids who feel kind of marginalized, and they feel
aggrieved.
They are aggrieved. They can't exactly. So these are some of the things, you know, coming up. So you need to engage young people with sports, with education, with a lot of things. Create the enabling environment for them to be able to express themselves. Right. You know, I mean, like now in Nigeria, it's not that I'm supporting the lopsided sponsorship approach, you know, by brands in Nigeria, where they're putting all the monies in music, and then you're like, and you're either let's hear your voice. I don't want to use their brand name, so it's not like
we know that.
Oh, and Cecilia singing tone, or Hayo's dancing steps.
Just text is not man, of course.
Exactly, yeah. You know, you need to spread it on. Let this, you know, wealth spread around people, and don't let them get, you know, discouraged and push them into
there's
social.
Something very interesting still on the sporting side. I want him to actually have a stab at.
Okay, let me see.
slaughters Mourinho. Like, it seems like a lot of people have been waiting.
Lebon slaughters him.
Mourinho, people have been waiting for this particular day to just have a go at Mourinho. It's incredible.
But he's been having a go at everyone.
Anyone who's having a go at Mourinho now.
But he's been having a go at everyone.
Well,
he started it.
He started it.
So you know, at this point in time, I don't think it's
you
really
throw the stone
important.
at the tree, it comes back to you. Come on. He's been having a go at someone is a specialist in failure, or one player is lazy, and all that. Some
people are naive.
But he's a manager. He has the right to do it. Like,
what about Lebon?
Lebon is retired. He's just a pundit.
And he's a pundit. He doesn't have a right to talk.
He has the right to talk, but I'm not taking his word too.
Oh no! Okay. You know one thing, but you know what I like about all this.
Never mind, Tayo. Let's move on. Let's move on very quickly.
Okay. So which one?
Sports Day up next.
Madrid fixed Ronaldo's exit price. Football money. Yeah, we understand. I think it's worth about 100 million euros now. You're right.
Yeah, a lot more than that.
Okay.
A lot more than that, really.
Okay. Okay.
I'm not sure I'm going to watch him if they pay him that kind of money.
Yes, I won't. Same here.
I'm personally going to boycott the game.
Why?
I don't want to watch 100 million euro boring game.
Yeah, it's not going boring. Ronaldo's never boring.
We're not watching music stars. It's not Michael Jackson.
Yeah,
You don't get it.
You were talking about people putting something into money, right?
I understand. That's what I'm saying. It's only music stars you see. They pump their hair this way, and they're like,
it's entertaining.
It's no longer football. Listen, it's no longer football. This is
much more than that.
Much more than the game. Now it's more of so many commercialization, and we're going to end up paying more to watch this 100 million man.
Yeah, but then that's how the talent industry is. Football is a talent as well too. And Ronaldo, whether I like it or not.
Why are you always justifying elite, extortion? This is the problem I have.
It's not extortion because they don't force anyone.
You know my problem with the world.
I'm loving this.
You know my problem with the world, okay? I made a post on Facebook a couple of days ago, and people were like, why are you saying that? I said, listen, when elite steal on the street, oh, come on, let's burn him alive. But when is the other one? Proven until guilty. Proven innocent until proven guilty.
Yeah.
Come on.
I get it.
Okay. Why double standard?
You have another paper there.
Yeah, we have one more paper. Sports and Life.
Armed police to guard Wembley Stadium. Perfect way to go. You know, keep those guys. I don't like to use non-broadcast compliance words. Yeah. Because it's really, you know, if you. I mean, I've. You know, when I saw what happened at Stade de France, I watched the game at Stade de France a couple of years ago. France, Croatia. It could be me. It could be anyone. Come on.
Yeah.
Got the place.